and it's real. So yeah, that's what we got going on over here. Listen, so now we're talking about season 6.
Mm.
So season 5 was a great season for everybody, I want to say.
Yeah.
Unless your name was Drew Friday.
Right.
Unless your name was Drew Friday, then season 5 was extremely great for you. We roll into season 6. Let's do roll call. So season 6, we have some returners, right?
Yeah.
Let's start off with Drew Friday. You and Drew Friday season 5 were on rocky terms. How
Mm-hmm.
was it season 6 with her? And when you hear Drew Friday, what first comes to mind? I threw a lot at your way, but you got it.
Um, season 6 came. Me and Drew had talked. We were good. Um, season 6, I feel like we we didn't see a lot of each other. Season 6.
Mm-mm.
Season 6, we didn't see a lot of each other.
Mm-hmm.
So I really don't. I think I got closer to her nearing the end during when she started being a little bit more vocal about her transition. That's when I started getting a little bit more closer because that was when she was just we started pulling in for real, and people started mixing and combining at that point.
Mm-hmm. What was this about that y'all was TT and uncle and little
Okay,
nephew, godmama, sister, brother? What was
so
that about?
Drew's gay mother is my sister Trinity Bonet.
Trinity Bonet is really Drew's gay mother, for real, for real.
Yes.
Oh,
And Trinity's my best friend, so that's my
right.
sister. So that would make her my niece.
Oh, so that's what she would call you, TT.
Right.
TT. TT.
Yeah.
TT.
That's why she called me TT because that's my niece.
I'm being messy, but this my job. What was Trinity K. Bonet's reaction to seeing y'all go at it on the show? Cause she watched.
Because she was like, girl, well, you ain't lying. She
Lie,
said,
you ain't lie about what?
when I had said the drag comment at the time.
Which was what? Refresh my memory. I don't remember this shit. Help me.
Girl, while you sitting around shopping at City Trends, I could get you some better drag.
Mm-mm. Jesus. Drew Friday, now known as Seven, is one of the best
Sickening.
performers who has ever
Sickening.
graced the Chasing Reality brand. When I say she
Sickening.
is sickening, every
Sickening.
time I saw that girl perform, I just be in awe on how she embodied just complete superstar diva.
She just did Pride, just the Starlight Cabaret last weekend. This weekend, past weekend.
And I'm pretty sure she got all her money.
Gorgeous bitch. That bitch is beautiful. Nearing the end of the season, when she was really she was talking about her hormones and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Bitch, she was looking so good, like just beautiful in person. Now to see her, now she has her chest and she has tits. She has a real form chest now. She's wearing patches and she is beautiful.
I'm so happy to hear that. That makes me
Yeah,
very happy to hear that for her. I haven't seen her because I don't follow her, but that's really great that she's growing into such a beautiful person. That's amazing.
yeah. I still she still comes by. She still inbox me. Hey TT. I'll be like, hey niece, how you doing?
Oh, that's so sweet. That's so sweet. I love that. She need to come back for season 7. 7 on 7. Now I like that. I
7 on.
think I think I think Dominique and Seven need to come back for season 7 just to keep that that little familiarity. Bring back Lauren. Since Rico with a K back working again, bring him back and then bring back all the other hoes I just said from earlier. And that make the cast about what 12, 13, the magic number. That's real good, I think.
Yeah.
No, for real. I'm serious. Um, you funny. Next on the list is Willa.
I love Willow. Ain't nobody gonna ever make me not love that woman. I love that woman.
Wow, man.
That woman love me. And if you ever love that man, you can love that man again. Do you hear me? I love that woman. I love me some Willow. I don't care what
One of the
nobody.
greatest additions. She was a great
I
addition season 5.
Baby, that was what we needed. We
Mm-hmm.
everybody thought she was gonna be a Lauren, baby. I said, bitch, I am not Lauren, honey. I am far from Lauren, and I love that about her. She was gonna be Willow regardless.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was a great addition to season 5 and season 6. Um, any stories, memories?
All my memories with Willa have been fun. Me and Willa never had a falling out, never. And even when we did kind of have a fall, it was like, girl, we talked on the phone and we was like, okay, girl, we over it. And it wasn't even no falling out. I don't even know what the fuck we got upset about each other for. I don't even remember. But Willa and me never. I think at I event when she was going off, and I was like, well, all I wanted was a hug. She said, well, I'm so sorry, baby. I can't do that right now. I got to go because these people done got on my motherfucking nerves, and my nerves is bad. But I will make sure you get a hug next time I see you. Even when Willa had said, Miss Castledine girl, the only pepper I like is pepper on my chicken. You gonna have to see me about this pepper spray. I hollered like I just love Willow. Willow is just I don't know. She's so Memphis. It's just
Mm-hmm.
it's so homey for me.
She was a great addition, an amazing addition. I think. Um, next on the list. No, that wasn't shade. I promise it wasn't. No, I honestly believe that. You know, I don't got no problem with the girl. The girl always never just she always got up her arms about me. You know, I've never had a problem with nobody on the show. You know, because I really don't
Care that
give a
much.
fuck. You know, bitch, I'm here to work. You know, this is a job to me. My best friend Jasmine, she been my best friend for 15 years. Darius, Terrence, okay, Jazz, Sasha. You know, I got my people, my mama, my nanny and granddaddy, my cousins, my aunts down in Florida, my brother, my daddy. You know, they're my peoples. I could give a fuck about y'all, but um, nothing nobody ever did like made me upset to it. Be like, girl, I got the girl. You know, like, bitch, I'm here to sell my shit. And Dario, my commercial gonna play this episode? Thank you, I appreciate it. We got stuff to do. Shout out to Willow. Though. Where is she now? Is she still back in Memphis?
I think she's back in Memphis. Yes,
That's good. Shout out to her. We
or
send her.
either Memphis or Texas.
The girls is going to Texas.
Yeah, to everybody hit hightailing it to Texas.
Dallas.
Yeah,
We need to go get us a house over there before they shoot the prices shoot the fuck up.
right. No shade. Because they it's like moving to Atlanta now. Texas got Atlanta prices.
Jesus. Season 6. Next on the list, Jay Amour. Your good sister.
Don't. You know, we in life, we all make mistakes.
You feel like being friends with Jay was a mistake?
Definitely.
Why?
Because she not genuine. She fake.
Now you better tell it now before I call you out now.
No, she fake. She fake and phony. Like she really fake and phony. Like that girl is fake. Like all that stuff about her caring about certain folk and this, that. No, she didn't. She didn't care about
You don't
folks.
think so?
No, she was using it for a storyline. Sis, she literally was using it for a storyline. She literally saw how I was coming off in the first half of the season and decided to change her way of approaching the second half of the season.
Now people was saying that. I'm not gonna lie. Even though I enjoyed Jay, the second half, I enjoyed it. It was good. You know, it was properly placed where I enjoyed it on the show. People was saying that.
She phony.
I
And
like Jay. I saw Jay. I saw Jay not too long ago at the mayor's thing.
I don't trust her anymore. She's not a girl she has no loyals. She's not loyal to anyone.
Why you say that?
She's
Give
just
us
not
examples.
like when I was going through my situation,
Mm-hmm.
I was the whole reason why she got casted on a certain show.
What show?
The show that I created that I no longer.
Okay, I got you. Mm-hmm. With the people.
So as my friend, she watched me go through all that crying, being upset that they did that or they did me how they did or whatever. And she told me all her gripes about them not treating her like she was part of the cast, ignoring her, not inviting her to stuff. And I was like, well, sister, just as my sister, if they ask you to go, don't go back. Because it ain't like they paying you or nothing. You're not getting paid for it. So it's like, just don't go back.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, she just said, well, girl, I don't think I want to go back no way. Because, you know, they didn't care about what I was doing, this, that, the other. And she went right on back. I was like, for what though? Like, I'm as your friend, you watch me go through all this, and it's not really an opportunity that you really getting off of this. But if you want to, girl, I'll help you find something else. If you really want to be an actor, like you don't have to go back. Oh, girl, I'm not gonna go back, and she went right on back. Oh, okay, okay. And then after the stuff that I found out that she did during the show, I was like, wow.
Like
So,
what?
like, we okay, so me, her, and Tonka were really cool. She had a whole issue with me that I didn't even know about, and she would be talking shit about me to Tonka, talking like saying all types of shit. She wouldn't even have a conversation with me. Tonka was like, "Well, girl, just talk to the girl. If you got an issue with the girl, speak to the girl."
What was
You,
the issue?
I don't even remember. That's the thing. We talked about it, but it didn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
It just did not make sense. She would get mad at you for no reason, and it just didn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
And then come to find out, she started doing all this. Oh, I need to do this because I don't feel like I'm getting enough screen time. So she started doing different things and throwing events with things that obviously we know never came out. And just doing fake stuff. And then she decides she want to start tearing Tonka down in a situation that I didn't understand why we was doing why if Tonka is your friend, why are you sitting here trying to tear him down in the show when in real life you laying on Tonka's couch? You literally sleeping on Tonka's couch and you tearing this man up in the show. So what did make sense that made?
Okay. Was Jay staying with Tonka
Yeah. The
during
whole
season
season,
6?
the whole season, yes.
Oh my god.
Which is
But
why
why? Was this after he moved out with the man that had cheated on him?
no.
Help me. Bitch, I don't know. I wasn't there. You
Okay.
gotta tell me.
Well, wait, hold on. I gotta remember. Where was Jay staying in the beginning of the season in the first place?
Jesus, Rico.
I don't
I don't got
even.
a problem with Jay now, Jay. I want you mad at me. I don't got a problem with you,
I
bitch.
mean, I'm
But
not
we
being
cool.
funny, but
No, you're
Jay,
telling your truth. I just got
I
to clarify.
because I'm still cool with Yam Killer.
Is Yam Killer is the ex, right?
Yeah, because that was brother-in-law. We were still cool.
Bitch, you are funny.
And I was like, because he hit me up and he was like, well, I don't know if I could talk to you because I know you friends with Jay, and we were cool because he sent me over some pictures from my mom's wedding because Jay and him had came to my mom's wedding, and it was Tonka, me, and my ex, and we all hung out at the time. We were
Your
all,
mom's wedding.
I mean, not wedding, her birthday. I'm sorry, her.
Oh, what your mama got going on down there?
No, she had a big.
Pretty self. Rico's mom is beautiful, y'all. She is so pretty with that beautiful gray hair she got in her head, and she's so cool. But go ahead, I'm sorry. I just wanted to shout out your mama right fast.
Hey, mama, she had her birthday party and they all came because Tonka's cool with my mom and Jay made my mom's dress for her birthday. So me and Yam Killer, him and my ex were cool because I guess at the time that was Jay boyfriend, that was my boyfriend, so they were stuck together hanging out because they hung out at the filming for the opening scene of Chasing. So we were all cool. So Yam Killer hit me up and he was like, "Well, I still got pictures from your mom's birthday, and I know we were friends, but I know we were friends through Jay." I was like, "Child, we cool. I don't even talk to Jay no more, cause me and Jay had stopped talking." So then, girl, that's when oof, girl, it's late. I can't, girl. I started learning things that I didn't know, but I kind of knew because Tonka would tell me certain stuff. And then the stuff that Tonka would tell me, the Yam Killer confirmed it. And I was like, well, girl, I ain't even
Girl,
know.
you can't do that to me. What happened? You done got me up out my bed with this shit. What happened? You got to tell us. 182 people watching. What happened? ¿Qué
Girl,
pasó?
so
¿Qué pasó contigo?
Jay was staying with Tonka and went from Tonka straight over to that man house. And then that's why he had a problem with, when he moved out. Cause I was like, it ain't adding up. Jay saying that you ain't a good dude and this, that, and the other. He was like, no, that's not the case. Just me and Jay I just didn't want to fuck with Jay no more. I just didn't want to fuck him no more. I was like, oh, okay. He was like, yeah. So when we had the thing with the girl, it was like he was trying to force it, and he got mad when I started getting into it more with her than him. And I was like, oh. And then he just wanted to just up and cause a scene. And I was like, girl, he said, like, do what you want to do. I mean, you can leave if you want. So Jay was like, he left, but technically the boy said, deuces. I was like, you learn so much after the fact.
But Jay was saying that the man was cheating on him and driving around in his car.
But that wasn't true.
According to the man.
The man said that was his car that Jay was driving.
Bitch, you lied.
Mm-mm. And when we hung out, I saw it. It was the same car.
Yam Killer ain't been up in your yams, has he? Tell the truth.
Uh-uh.
Bitch!
No. Mm-mm.
Okay. What? Okay, so this is what I remember about the end of 6.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Jay and Tonka was supposed to move in somewhere together, but then when Tonka up and left with Cain, that was the dissension. Maybe my memory not putting it all together right.
No. That was the story that was told. That was the story that was told by Jay.
Lord.
But from what was said to me and what was that I saw, that's not how it went.
Me and Jay, I like Jay. We don't talk all the time, but like when I seen, like I just saw him at the marriage thing, we talk, we chop it up. It's nothing but love. I think the last time I saw him before that was like earlier in January when I had that event at Pretty Plates, right after the season ended. Um, I don't know. Now I ain't calling nobody a liar, but it's just like I just don't like. This would be Jay just is making all this up, and I just can't see him. Or like my brain just can't make sense that he would just make it up. Like what would be the reason?
I don't know, but from what some of the story is, from what I got, and from the timelines that it match up from what I told, some of them storylines, some of that don't match up. It just don't, because Tonka said that it was discussed, but nothing was never acted upon. Then Jay is like, Tonka did it underhandedly at the last minute and didn't really care about what he had going on. But then Tonka was like, it was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot.
Prince, you messy. I just want to tell you that. Um, I thought Jay redeemed himself season 6. Season 5, I think people liked him at first. But then once they saw the whole camera situation and how that was unraveling, I think he got like the shorter end of the stick. And then when Cameron came to the reunion and was doing all of that, that really was like, that was like a big moment for Cameron. And it sucked for Jay to be on the receiving end of that. But I felt like season 6, towards the end, he came in and I thought he did a good job. I thought he did.
Yeah, we tag team that.
Is there a potential for y'all to like reconcile and get back together?
I have no ill will. I enjoyed the time that I had with Jay, and I know he's gonna see this and he's gonna probably be in his feelings about all of it. But I will say I enjoyed the times that we hung out, and I did enjoy the times that we were together.
Mm-hmm.
So I say it was all bad. Do I want to reconcile? I don't want to reconcile with anyone from in the past. If you are in my past, you're in my past for a reason, and I need to stop reaching out and trying to fix things with people that it doesn't need to be fixed with, because there's no issue, there's nothing that needs to be fixed. You were a part of my life. You're no longer in my life. I wish you the way. I wish you well, and I wish you well on. So it all is what it is.
Next on the list is We Were Born. Let's first
Next,
talk. For real? What happened with y'all?
girl, where was you? I was part of that whole
Someone
crazy.
minding my business?
I was in the part of that whole crazy bathroom rant that boy had when he broke down, when he was going through his breakdown.
I didn't know he had a bathroom crazy rant, a breakdown.
Yeah, that boy is crazy. Next, I wish all well for Berlin. I can say that.
You want to talk about Berlin?
It was nice meeting her.
Oh my god. Next on the list is Tiesla Kendra.
I love Kendra.
Me too.
I just wish she could have been around a lot more season 6, but I understand that I don't know what was going on, but I just knew she just said she needed a break.
I still talk to Kendra. I haven't talked to her in a good little minute, but I still talk to Kendra. Kendra is the other one that I talk to. I'll be on the phone with her for just talking, bitch.
I haven't talked to her in a while, but I do love Kendra. I still
Mm-hmm.
wish she for
How was that seeing her turn up at your mama's house? I was kind of mad at her
it.
that she did that at your mama's house, and your mama was so sweet about it. She was like, "Honey, just get it out, get it out." I was like, "No, they nothing to be up in here tearing up your stuff like this."
My mama said when y'all she said, what did you invite in my house, child? That was crazy. Y'all were crazy. I said, child, mama, that's them. That is them. But at the time I was just worried because I didn't know what was gonna happen. And obviously she didn't care where she was, so I didn't know where it was gonna go. Right.
I'm finna hit her.
That's all you saw. And all I was like, wait. That's all you see. I lost my phone about an hour and a half looking for my phone after that.
I'm finna hit her.
Baby, that was a moment. That was a time.
The only thing I wish we could have got out of that scene was the real reason she was upset. She was more upset
He
at
left.
Wayne.
He had left
Wayne got the fuck on, bitch.
because he knew he was next. He knew what was next. He knew he was next.
And I felt bad for Dominique because I was like, yeah, she mad at Dominique, but she not really
Man,
upset at Dominique. She's really upset with Wayne, but she's projecting it through Dominique right now.
in the Don Julio.
In the Don Julio. And Dario showed me that scene before he sent it out. And it was this part I wish he would have put it in. When I took the drink, I said, and who gave her this? She can't drink no more.
Yes, God. That was a day. Do you hear me? That was a day.
You know, as we talking about this, while I'm very happy that I've reclaimed my debutante way of living and doing content, you know, I don't have this much excitement in nothing that I do now. I slightly miss it just a little bit because it was only being around y'all that I could experience and see this. This shit not going on in my life. You know what I'm saying? My life is slightly just a little bit boring. Chasing and y'all used to give me something to talk about. You know, the shit used to be funny. Like, these hoes is really doing this. Next on the list is Wayne.
That's my baby.
Now, because you know you and Wayne fall in and out of love.
You know, me and Wayne dated for a minute.
So you confirming it.
Yeah, we dated.
Now tell us about it now.
It was this past year.
Y'all dated this year. Ooh. For how long?
About 3 months.
Ooh. Girl, you upset and my cold. Tell us about it. Bitch, why I gotta keep asking you? Come on now.
I mean, we would hang out because, you know, he officially broke up with his boyfriend. He moved out. He got his own place. I would just hang out with him at his apartment, and we would just chill. And I'll go to his job. We would go walking on the weekends. That was during my
Aw.
we would go walking because he worked by the belt line. So I'll meet him at his job, and we'll park at the belt line and go walk in the belt line and go out to eat and stuff like that, and just hang out.
And y'all stopped dating.
hmm
Why? What happened?
Wayne is Wayne is the big game. He's just play too damn much. It's just too much playing. It was too much playing.
So you broke up with him, or y'all just said who broke up with who?
We didn't break up. We just was like I
Just
talked.
stop.
We just stopped. We just didn't hang around each other as much. We still talk and stuff. I just saw him at the club this past weekend.
Which club?
At Mix. Like we never broke up. We still talk. I mean, we just don't hang out as much as we used to.
You and Wayne met filming season 5, right?
Yeah.
And it was just like it was an instant.
Well, we actually started talking before filming. Like we talked like months before filming because we met each other before filming.
Uh huh.
And, so it was just, I always played with Wayne and said Wayne was cute. And he started flirting back. And then, during filming, we just started flirting with each other more often. And we would like the first season I was on there, I was talking to Wayne every day through the first month of filming.
Mm-hmm.
So we just got cool and we just would hang out and talk and chill. And we were like kicking it during the first season of filming because we went on a date as an episode. And that really was like, us hanging out, how we hang out. And we just kicked in. We always kept saying we liked each other, but he thought it was just for the show. I wasn't really like, boy, you playing games with me. I ain't got time, bitch. You think it's for some show, bitch. I'm trying to really hang out with you for real, for real. But then on top of that, he still was dealing with his ex at the time. So it was like he was on and off with his ex. So he wasn't never officially off with his ex. So it was a bunch. It was a lot. It was a lot.
Okay. But y'all are still in a good place still.
hmm
Would you spin the block?
I mean, Wayne plays much. If he would be a lot different this go round, yeah, I wouldn't mind. But Wayne got play too many games.
I know that's right. I love to see it and hear about it, honey. Next on the list is Tonka.
That's my baby. That's who called me and interrupted me on my live. So that lets you know we still talk, we still kiki. That's my sister. She's still in my corner. She's the one who championed me to write the book, who was there throughout the whole process of me writing the book. I would send her the revise the drafts of it. She would give me her input, tell me what she thought, told me about the pacing, and it seemed like you're going too fast. Could you like spread it out, add some more? So like, yeah, so that's still my sister. She still wants to see the best for me.
That's what's up. Shout out to Tonka. She doing okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
They're living and making waves up there in DC.
Praise the Lord. That's all we got to do
Mm-hmm.
as little queer black people on this earth is just make a way. We just got to make a way. And they say if you serve him, he'll make a way out of no way.
Amen.
How'd you feel about Tonka's Edition season 6? Which I'm not gonna lie, I kind of do take credit for just a little bit.
I was glad. I was thankful.
Cause I came to her house, you was already there,
Yep.
and I had brought Jay with me, and I
Uh,
was just seeing how all of us was interacting. I was like, and remember I asked, I was like, girl, would you come on Chasing Atlanta?
yep.
How you feel she did season 6? I was excited for her and Tony. Damn, we forgot about Tony. I was excited for her and Tony to join season 6. I was so excited.
I love the addition of Tonka because I actually felt like I had a real road dog on that. Me and my sister was like, we looked at each other, we said, girl, we about to go into the fire. So bitch, we about to twin it up, girl. I got you got me, I got you. Let's go, girl. I told you this gonna be a hot ride there. I don't know what they gonna do. I don't know how they about to do this with you. But I know they probably not gonna really play with you like they played with me, because you a big girl. They not gonna play with you. So they gonna respect you. So let's just roll through this and see what happens. It was fun for us. I mean, it took her. It got season 6 got dark, but it was a nice beginning. it had the makings of being something bigger than what it ended up being.
Season 6 on paper should have been the best season of Chasing Atlanta.
Yeah.
On paper, it's the best season. Shout out to 200 people watching us right now. On paper, it's the best season ever. On paper.
Living it was a different story.
Ooh!
I just feel like I feel like season 6 was the most clickish season ever.
Was it clickish?
I feel like every time you saw something, it was this group, and this group. It was 3 groups going on. And it always stayed 3 groups. Even when we all tried to come together, it still was 3 groups. Everybody stayed in their separate corners until it was time to fight.
I feel like for season 6, when I look back on it, we're a year out of it now. I think around this time, season 6 was airing last year, right? The fight had happened. Or no, the fight had happened in real time. It hadn't aired yet.
Hasn't aired yet.
I feel like, this is what I feel about season 6. I feel like, and this is me I ain't trying to be shady, this is my honest opinion. If God asked me, Eddie, what you think about it? This is the answer I would give him, because this is what I feel. I feel like, one, and Dario was over it. And he was very vocal about how over it he was. And I do feel like that energy trickled down amongst everybody to where everybody else had this, we're over it, let's get in and get out. Instead of like, let's get in and make the best of this. Let's work together. I feel like season 5, we was working together, right? Mm-hmm. Which, if I'm just being honest, that's because y'all hoes was listening to me. I was like, yo, we doing this, let's do this. Hey, we going here, let's do this. Let's play this, let's film this, let's bop. Season 6, I was checked out. Because, I was just checked out. I felt like season 6, we were not on one accord. And I do feel like that was a top-down type situation. And, not trying to read us too bad, but it's not like we was the most cohesive group to even begin with.
It wasn't a cohesive group. I feel like when I say
and one last thing, and I also felt like people did not. I feel like the majority of the cast was not chasing the majority of the cast. Like, you had people like me, you had you had Tonka was showing stuff, Jay was showing stuff. Drew Friday was showing stuff. Even Tony, Tony was showing, the whole barroom life, but I felt like it wasn't dispersed evenly amongst everybody. And I felt like everybody else was just showing up to read and, engage in conflict and stuff like that. And I don't feel like season 6, we were trying to put together a sound project for the show and then for the community and the viewers like we did season 5. Like, I feel like season 5, we were saying, we want to give a good show. We want to show our life. We want to show our friendship. We want to work. We want to chase. We want to come together and actually do this. We want to resolve. That's what it was. Season 6, there was really no resolving of anything. And I do feel like that was because of the presence of 2 particular people where the things would just drag on. And I wasn't really trying to fix the shit or mediate. I was like, girl, I don't give a fuck if y'all hoes kill and fight each other. It's just 2 less bitches we got to worry about. It's another one that bit the dust. There was no resolve season 6.
And I know I checked out second half of season 6 because that's when all the drama started happening with me outside of the show.
Mm-hmm.
So I had checked out. I had stopped being able to come to stuff. I wasn't really doing nothing. I really wasn't like doing anything at that point because I was focusing on that falling apart.
Mm-hmm.
And still trying to save face for the show.
And you could feel it. Do you remember when I called? Well, I don't know if you knew I called everybody, but remember when I called y'all? Or I called y'all, I was like, girl, how you doing? Like, are you enjoying it this season? Like, what's going on? And I remember I called everybody on the cast for the most part. I don't think I called We Were Born. I may have. I don't think I did. But I called Willow. I called Troy. I talked to Dominique. And I was like, how y'all feeling? I remember going back to Endaria and I was like, everybody, I don't know if they telling you because they don't want to make you upset because, once you make her upset, then you get it. And I was like, but everybody, the morale is down. And I was like, I don't want you to take it as like, don't nobody want to be here. But I feel like it's something that can be done to boost morale back again to make people excited. And then, I would give Daria her credit. That's when we started getting more group events like the bowling alley and
The
we got the horseback ride and all that other stuff after I talked to her. So I feel like there was an attempt to try to get it back together. But then I also think the players, like, there were two people
stuck wanting to prove a certain point. You didn't. Season 5, when we started trying to get it together, everybody came together. Season 6, when we started trying to get it together, people were stuck at trying to make sure that they did certain things.
And for what?
At that point, because at the horseback ride, when that situation happened with you and that person, I was over it. Actually, we all were over it.
Oh yeah, we was all over it that day.
Because we was like,
girl, we got on the phone after that, girl. We had a good kiki on the phone riding back to Atlanta from that. You remember that?
Right. Yeah, because we were like, girl, we had all that fun, and you want to go and just bring it all down, and you wanted to be a drag ass the entire time and make it seem like you were trying to make it seem like people were like doing things intentionally. Y'all gave me a bad horse. The fuck? How did we give you a bad horse? Like, you were just complaining just to complain. It was like there was no you trying to be a part of the group, but you wanted to be a part of the group, but you didn't want to be a part of the group. You argued and complained about not being a part of the group, but it wasn't like you were trying to be a part of the group.
I still got to thank her because it gave me another viral moment when I just looked at the camera.
Yeah.
And I remember Carlos King was on Twitter talking about it. He was like, girl, you ate this. Like, this is funny. So, like, I still, it was still some saving grace. But yeah, season 6, we was all over it. We was over it.
I just wish things didn't happen at the party how it happened, because I feel like if we could have just made it to the cash trip,
I do agree.
It would have changed.
I agree. I do believe if we would have made it, if that situation did not happen, and we TTB with stats. Now here go TTB being messy. Now let's take a pause right fast. Because I saw this earlier, but since he didn't put it up on here, I just want to say, what's the commonality? Let's talk about commonality right quick. Most watched Chasing Atlanta seasons on YouTube alone. Season 4, Season 3, Season 5, Season 2, Season 1, and then Season 6. And then he also posted a stat about Season 5, particularly on TikTok. Now, I'm not going to say it, but if 203 of y'all out there watching, go back and just type in Chasing Atlanta Season 5 and look at the videos associated with I think he said 1.5 million that they had got on TikTok. And just come back and tell us what you see about them 1.5 million views on TikTok that got accumulated on season 5. I got to be bad just every now and then. Can I act up just every now and then?
One of those had to be the Shamor built body bitch comment, because no shame. I woke up after that episode to all types of shit.
Oh, Shamar had went live about it. That shit was funny.
Oh, bitch. I just off with that one. He was mad.
Talk about me. Let me stop. Ooh, Lord, that's not right. Ooh, I'm sorry, Jesus. Oh, I'm sorry. And y'all know Shamar, my baby. I'm so sorry.
Bitch, that comment is still the highest trending thing on my TikTok feed. Yeah.
Anything else about Tonka you want to say?
Yeah, that's my sister. I love her, and I thank her for actually being there. She was the one who was there for me in my lowest moment dealing with my situation. She was the one who kind of pulled me to the side when I almost had a situation almost happen to me. She was the one that...
Tony Bryce. Oh, I'm so sorry, sister. I'm sorry. I should have said you earlier. Anything about Tony Bryce?
Oh, I love Tony. I still love Mother Tony. That's Mother Lush and Plush. That's always going to be Mother. I still reach out. I still talk to Tony now.
I wish Tony would have came in on season 5.
Tony needed more time because Tony was something that you could have followed by itself.
Mm-hmm.
So mixing her with everybody in the last minute really didn't work because she's a whole entity in herself. And I just wish that people could have gotten
to TTB. Go ahead and finish your thing about Tony. But I'm gonna answer it.
Most watched.
No. Finish your thing about Tony.
Oh, Um, I just wish she could have came in a little bit earlier so we could have got a little bit more into her. That's it.
TTB says season 5 was the most watched season across social media in general. My question is, why do you guys think season 6 was so low? Like it's the only season to not reach 2 million. And here's where I put on my social media strategist hat. And this is because this is a conversation I have. And Dario, when he called me and was like mad at me that I wasn't posting about the show on my Instagram, but I was over here talking about it on YouTube, which is also a social media platform as well. One of my biggest ones, 50,000 at the time. Here's what I believe, right? By the time season 6 came around, Chasing Atlanta was no longer the only LGBTQ plus show featuring people of color on the internet. Zeus had taken over. Now That's TV had also become a thing, as well as other platforms that had gotten their genesis not on YouTube, but had done the work to build their own platform and permeate outside of YouTube, right? Because outside of YouTube, you can do a whole lot more that you can't do on YouTube. You can't show nudity and too much. You can't really do too much of that on YouTube or your shit gets shut down. Places like Now That's TV and Zeus started providing content that was way more salacious and entertaining to the masses and to our core audience than Chasing was, right? I don't think Chasing kept up with the times in terms of content and making it competitive against what was already going on. I still feel like when season 6 came around, we were still operating in the model that worked for us seasons, 3, 4, and 5. Social media when season 6 had came out was completely different. I remember being able to post clips on during season 5 on TikTok, getting quarter of a million views, 100,000, 80,000 views. That's why I say go. But anyways, I would post those same clips the same way on social media, and people were no longer engaging the content. Now, of course, algorithm has to do with that. Not really catering to the AI monitoring systems, because everything on social media is AI monitored. I ain't telling you what I heard. I'm telling you what at least the people that run the shit tell me. Everything is AI monitored. So if your content isn't vertical, if your content isn't following a trend, if your content isn't capturing, if the system is detecting your content is not capturing engagement within the first 2 seconds and within the first 15 minutes of posting, your content is already a scrap. Already. If people are watching if people are watching it, but they aren't hitting the like button or they aren't hitting comment, it's already a scrap, right? I also feel like season 6, the look of it, and when I say the look of it, I'm talking about the cast. I don't think the cast wasn't showing up. The cast just wasn't showing up to work. There wasn't a lot of performances. There wasn't a lot of, all the grandiose stuff that we had going on season 5 that made it look like, oh my God, Chasing Atlanta has improved, right? And then also too, from a content standpoint, and I'm not reading, this is my opinion, and this is what I believe. The drama that was being presented early on wasn't interesting. Of course, people want to see Kendra fight. Of course, people gonna tune in to see Wayne and the other boy fight. Wayne and I don't know why I always forget Dominique's name when it's time to say Dominique's name. I always historically can't say Dominique. I don't know why. Of course, people want to see them fight, but I feel like after those 2 fights, and there was no resolve or really no fallout, and then we started hearing about this whole freaking frat and Cain thing that nobody was there to witness, and it really did not make sense. I feel like a lot of people dropped off that, and then also too, the people that had been a key players that were still there up until that point wasn't really doing nothing in terms of really driving the narrative. Kendra was gone. Oliver was chilling. Troy was chilling. And you really just had Dominique that from the old cast that was really, showing something that was like interesting and juicy. I finally came in towards the tail end, with stuff, but it wasn't. I feel like season 6 no longer was the same show that people had been used to watching. And I felt like what was being given based off the comments, right? Now looking at the comments, what people would say, I just don't think people bit it as they normally would, and then there were so many other options for people to engage in. So it's like, okay, well, Chasing not popping right now. Well, girl, we just gonna watch Zeus, or we're gonna go over here to Gemini Films and watch the Bad Boys Club, because that's another thing too. Reality TV, and I'm gonna shut up. Reality TV no longer is really about a group of people like the Housewives trope. That reality TV is no longer there anymore. That used to be the thing, but now it's all about putting a bunch of people in the house and putting some type of commonality. They trying to find love, or they a bad girl, or they a bad boy, or they a zodiac sign, or they something. Everybody want to see people in a house competing, fighting, fucking, and fleeing. That's what they want to see. They don't care about, you know, housewives and basketball wives, all that shit. They don't care about that as much. The trend now is what is popping, Zeus. You know what I'm saying? So I think all those things considered, that's what contributed to Chasing not matching the success it did previously. And then adding the fact that, again, this is my opinion, I feel like there was just a pervading air of we don't give a fuck. I don't think Dario gave a fuck. Well, I don't gotta say I don't think. I know. Like, he was like, bitch, I'm ready to be done with this. I'm ready to be done with this and move on to something else. Everybody else was done. Kendra was quitting. You know, it was the same drama with Cain every scene. Nobody was really caring as much, you know? So that's why I think season 6 did not reach the 2 million mark.
Yeah, like I say, I just don't feel like it was cohesive. Season 6, we were not a team. I feel like it was all split up. I feel like you saw these people with these people, these people with these people, these people. It just didn't feel like Chasing anymore.
Oh, and then also too, and I'm not trying to throw shade to them. I'm not throwing shade to them. This is not me throwing shade. This is me just being genuine and real. I think people were excited at the idea of We Were Born coming back. And I think people were excited about the idea of Cain joining season 6. I think people, us, production, and the viewers out there thought with these two people that we are familiar with coming in, I think there were high expectations for We Were Born to kind of like redeem themselves a little bit from season 3. And then I think there was a high expectation for Cain to do even better than what he did on Chasing Dallas. And I think when both castings did not deliver on that, I think that also contributed to people not really grasping it. Because it was like, damn, We Were Born is back to the same shit. You know, and it was like, damn, well, the last time we saw Cain, we was really fucking with him. And not saying that people wasn't, because people liked Cain up until the end. So yeah, all those things considered.
Yeah. I just wish we could have, I really wish we could have gotten to the trip. And I think better.
I was still going to the trip.
I was gonna go. I was going.
I had a stipulation, but I was gonna go.
I was gonna go too. I just said I had forgot. No shade. I just forgot the day when he asked for the money. That's all I was gonna go. I was gonna go.
Jesus, I had bought my cab. I had paid for it and everything. I'm glad we canceled. I was able to get my little. I think I paid like, I don't know if it was $1,000, but maybe like $800 back from it. I'm like, okay, well, we ain't going. I can use the $800 for something else. Thoughts on Cain?
It was interesting. It was just a lie. That was a lie. He was a lie. It was a lie. Just all of it was a lie. Yeah, that's my thought.
You know, I really have forgiven the child. And even the inclusion of the people saying that he did a video about me, you know, I really did. You know, that still doesn't really faze me, you know. All is truly forgiven. All really been forgiven, you know, especially at the point in which I didn't get my ass whipped. You know, ain't nobody there that was present said Oliver got his ass whipped. Nobody. Not a single soul that was present there said Oliver got his ass whipped or dragged or fucked up. Ain't nobody say that. So, you know, and then, you know, all the cards still in my... What Cleo did on setting off. You know, all is truly forgiven, honestly. Like, I really have no malice in my heart about it.
All I remember was just trying to get your wig and my hairline getting knocked out of place. That's all I remember from that night.
I was just mad that Wayne the Pain grabbed me once I had mounted. When I had, that's the only thing. And if the cameras wasn't rolling, I would have started fighting Wayne. Cause I'm like, well, girl, you want me to stop fighting her, bitch? Now I'm finna fight you. But I didn't, Kendra would have jumped in, and I just, I didn't really want to really crank it. And then once the cameras came up, I was like, oh, girl, I'll snap back, bitch, snap back, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back, calm down.
With the all that happened after shit was that stopped taking.
Can we talk about what was this I heard about? He had hit Tonka, and then you and Jay ran back in the house.
What happened was to come to find out that was a lie. But I don't know how true that was because all I know is Jay had told me that they were in the house talking and Tonka had just had surgery and King Kane had pushed him. Now we were being very protective of Tonka because he had just had
He
surgery.
had just had surgery.
Like literally, he was not supposed to be even up like that, but he came. So then I heard they was said that they were in the room arguing and talking to Cain had pushed him. And bitch, all I heard was they had pushed Tonka, and I had just went to go see what the fuck was going on. And I was about to go in there swinging because I was like, who the fuck pushing on Tonka? What's going on? And then we got in there, and it was just arguing, and it was Jay going back and forth with Tonka, going back with Cain, and Tonka was just sitting in the corner just over it because she was hurting, and she just wanted everybody to shut the fuck up. It was a lot. That whole situation was a lot.
That day was a lot.
That whole night was a lot.
That day was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot of drinking. It was a lot of drugs.
Yeah,
a lot of drinking, and there were a lot of drugs.
Were on substances, yes.
There were a lot of drinking, and there was a lot of drugs. I'm not telling you what I heard. I'm telling you what I know and what I can also prove. So I'm saying, people, leave me the fuck alone. Let me just kill me, all right? That environment was not a safe environment.
I just remember I would like to say though, I do like to think that because I got a meme out of that moment, me sitting on the couch with my hands crossed like this. That was hilarious. So I do thank y'all for that moment. That was a moment.
Let it cook.
Mm.
And Dario.
I thank him.
That's my girl.
I thank him. And that's all I can do is I can say I thank Dario because he created an opportunity for me to better my. And I'm glad I used that opportunity for what I needed to use it for. And I thank him for giving me that opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah. Would you go back to season 7 if he asked you?
I want to say yes, but I want to say no at the same time because I don't know I don't know what I would be walking into. And I don't want to walk into anything that would take me backwards.
Mm-hmm. Girl, if she actually right down and come back to season 7, you're gonna be there. I don't know why you up here acting right now, bitch.
Well, I mean, I don't think I don't know.
If Dario called you right now and said, girl, come back to season 7, bitch, you would be right there. Stop acting.
I would love to go. I'm not gonna lie. I love that platform.
Say it. Yes, Oni, you can say it. Ain't nothing wrong with saying it.
I would love to go back, but I don't know what I would be walking into. I wouldn't know what to walk into now. Some of the people that work for and Dario, I don't too much care for them and the people that they surround themselves with. I just feel like I don't know what kind of setup I'll be walking into going around. I don't know who would be back because a lot of people aren't around anymore. I don't know what I'll be walking into. So I would hate to walk into something that will take me backwards, but I would love that platform. I would love to do something on that platform still. I love that platform, but I don't know what I would be walking to if I went to a season 7.
I bet season 7 gonna be one of the best seasons of chasing ever. And Dario gonna make sure that bitch.
Yeah, he gonna do that.
He gonna make sure season 7 gonna be sick sickening.
Yeah.
Girl, you can say you want to go back over there. You can say it. Say it right now. You can say it. You can say you want to keep your job. Ain't nothing wrong with want to keep your job, girl.
I want to go back. I would love to go back.
Thank you. That's what I wanted you to say. Say you want to go back. Say please. Daddy, take me back. Take me. Say it. Ain't nothing wrong with saying it.
I would love to go back, but like I said, I'm too scared of what might happen and what I might have to go up against. I have worked too hard on my mental. Too hard on my mental.
Yeah.
I just can't walk into a situation that's gonna take me back into last year. I just can't do it.
Now, this name, while they are not a part of our cast, they are a part of the show, and y'all are always going through something. Where are you and Nicole these days?
That is so. Everybody keep asking about me and Nicole.
Because y'all always be arguing in the public.
We good now. We've been good. We've been good for a while, actually. We've been spoon feeding each other, getting back, talking slowly but surely. We started off messaging, then we started off conversating, then we text, and then we talked online for a minute. But yeah, we working on a friendship.
That's good. I think that's so great to hear. I love to hear people working on the friendship.
Nicole,
it's all about healing.
Nicole ain't never did nothing bad to me. Nicole always loved me in her own little funny way. It's just, Nicole's Nicole. She's friends with everybody. You just have to be okay with that. And
listen, I don't got no problem with a bitch being friends with nobody.
Don't let her find out about everything that you got going on.
Cause she will tell it.
Yeah, she will. She will tell it.
She will tell it now.
Yeah. So
tell it.
You just gotta learn how to. But I still talk to her. Like she hit me up yesterday while she was in New York, because I'm going to New York in the next 3 weeks. I'm gonna be up there for a minute.
That's good.
So yeah.
These crickets in the background is killing me.
Ain't they killing? They trying to snitch on me. They say, "What you trying to say? I'm lying."
Right. Now, Rico, during season 6, there was like this big snafu that you had with the guy that you were dating, which eventually ended in a lot of hoopla, legal things, which I know you can't talk about everything.
Oh, all legal things are cleared at this point.
Oh, okay. So update us. So tell us what happened. I know I now see you talk about it. You kicked in the man dough. I think you fucked up the man car. I didn't key the car before. Now I was 19. I think I was 19 when I keyed it, but I have keyed the car.
I did when I was 19 too. But no. Going back through that, going back through it, I hate to even look back on it, because it was very, I don't know. It was. I was in my feelings. I was emotional. I was irrational. Girl, shut up, girl. Okay, I'm telling the truth. I was hurt. And it's so funny to me, because a lot of people always keep saying, "Girl, you too grown to do this." And I always, in my mind now, I be like, that's very unfair for people to tell me how I should have felt or how I should have reacted, when just because you think you know how you would have handled it in that moment, you're walking in my shoes. You don't know the private conversations I've had. You don't know. You're listening to someone tell their story. And what I've learned is people can get on here and say whatever they want and give whatever story that they feel like makes them look good. And that don't mean it's the truth. And people are going to believe it regardless, because there are people who just don't like me because their lives are miserable and they don't have nothing going on with themselves. So they have to sit and they have to wish and pray on the downfall of me, when I'm one of God's favorites. And bitch, no matter what you pray against me, it's not going to form against me. So at the end of the day, you can hate me all you want to, but your lies and things are just going to be just that. And I don't have to respond to them. So I just was in a very hurt place. And it was just a lot for me to handle, and I really did love the boy. I still I care about the boy. I have feeling. I feel remorse for the things that I've done. And, I now wish I could have had the mental capacity to be able to handle that situation, because then I wouldn't have lost a friend. And I'm
Mm,
so sad about losing my friend in anything.
yeah.
Yeah.
We all make mistakes. I
Yeah.
love how you vocalize, people can say what you should have done, but until you're in my shoes and aware of like the state that I am in, then it's easy to say that when you're on the outside looking in. And I
Right.
think, you know, I'll take an account for me. I know people like Nicole, because Nicole and I have conversed about you, not negatively, but like just how you were doing. And I feel like people just want the best for you,
Mm-hmm.
and I think we have all seen you exemplify the characteristics necessary to make mature decisions. And so, in seeing you sometimes, well, I don't want to say sometimes, I don't know what you're doing right now, but in those times regress back, it's like, oh my gosh, girl, you've shown that you can be better and do better. And I think we also know too how much you want better and greater for yourself. And so with those things considered, it's like, it is confusing to be like, well, girl, why are you doing this? Why are you inviting what seems to be chaos into your life? Why are you harboring on these things? But I will say, in just hearing you say, it's easy for people to say that when you don't know, the condition. I'm like, bitch, you're absolutely right. Because what if this and this is not talking bad about you. This is me being sincere as possible. Because I've been in that position. This person may be hurting. This person may have some trauma that's unresolved, or they're being triggered, or they may not know to exercise this type of behavior in these types of situations. And then I think in those moments, that's when your friends are supposed to, soldier around you and really like, try to hold you accountable, but really also help you too, because no adult wants to go to jail. No
Right.
adult wants their life taken away from them. No adult wants to cause, truly cause harm to somebody innately. In a place of anger you do. And so I definitely hear you loud and clear when you just said that. And I'm happy to hear you vocalize that situation the way you just did. I think that's beautiful, and I do continue I pray continued healing around that situation, because I do know that was a very tough situation.
Yeah. And I actually am grateful to come out of it. A lot of things came out of the situation. A lot of self
Mm-hmm.
self love, self work.
A good song, I Choose Me. I love that song.
I mean, a great project. Like, the
Mm-hmm.
project comes out later on in November. It was I started therapy after that situation, and in therapy they tell you about journaling. Well, girl, I'm not a journal type of girl, so I started just writing songs, and through those songs, I just would like sit there and I'll be in my feelings. Like, it was nights where I was just in my feelings, and I was like, reading comments of people reading me and calling me all types of names, calling me unhinged and this, that, and the other, and Rico need this and Rico need that. And in my head, I'm just sitting there crying, because I'm like, y'all, everybody's judging me for my reaction, but nobody is taking accountability or taking account for what caused my reaction. It's like I'm always getting blamed for what I've done, but nobody ever holds anybody to the fire about why do they do certain things to Rico, because they know Rico's gonna do this. And it's like I'm always the one that gets talked about or told, well, you should have done better. But it's like, well, girl, if you keep beating a dead horse, what's gonna happen?
Ooh,
I mean,
I'm
you
sorry,
just
baby.
No, you straight. It's just like I kept felt like I'm getting beaten when I was already down. It's like, what else can I do? Like, I'm getting everybody dragging me from every which way, coming up with every story that they want to, but the truth. And it's like, some of these people I can't even read back because I actually care about these people. And if I was to read them and really go in like how they think I'd go in, bitch, I really would be known for going below the belt. Because some of these people got addictions and habits that they sit there and they hide. And bitch, just because you shoot up, you snort, and you do your thing in front of people, you act like somebody has the loyalty to keep their mouth closed while you doing your drugs. But when you tweak out and you go ham, and then you get on your live and you in your high rant and your class split, and you sitting in your pad split reading me on your Wi-Fi that you borrowing from the next door neighbor, you sitting here going after me, but I'm the one in the wrong for trying to stand up for myself.
Girl, them crickets behind you is a key, bitch. Rico, can I challenge you something?
Yes.
Leave.
I'm trying.
No, no, don't try. Just do it. Up and leave. Just leave. And when I say leave, go find another neck in the forest to plant your seeds. You know, and I mean, you've seen it work. Lyric London left the situation years ago, and look at Lyric right now. One of the most respected, recognized, and viewed creators out here in this world, doing his thing, selling out his own shows, going viral every other day, working, putting out content, doing his thing. No, and this is no tea. I ain't being shady when I say this, but he's doing a whole lot better than when he was in the web reality world. A whole lot better. Look at Ike. Ike is going viral. Ike is doing way better than he was on Chasing, way better than he was when he was on Zeus, when he was doing better attached to a network. He left, and he out here doing his own thing, and he up. Oliver, this is my biggest year on social media. I ain't on nobody's TV show. I ain't been nobody's plus ones. I ain't been nobody content creator. It's just been me out here on my own, on my gut. This is literally my biggest year on social media. Millions and millions and millions and millions of views. I ain't trying to brag, but you know what I'm saying? Listen, good money too. You know what I'm saying? We good over here. Left. Leave, sister. Your passion and your art and what you do, the God-given talents that you have been given, it's not supposed to be this difficult. It's not. And it's something that I also had to realize about. It's not supposed to be this difficult. It's not supposed to. A gift that God has given you, yes, there are challenges out here in this world, but it's not supposed to come with all this strife and confusion and heartbreak and fighting and anger and back and forth and bickering. I dare you to leave it all and go find another place, try out for a whole different other show, create your own thing, do something else. Create your own shit, first of all. And I stress that to everybody, because when somebody kick you out their own stuff, you gotta have something to go back to. You know what I'm saying? When somebody say, bitch, we don't want you in our house, you should be able to get in your car and drive over and still do the same thing that you was doing at another bitch house. That's what you should be able to do. I challenge you, sister. Because, and I say this because I've known you since I've been in this thing since what, 2019? 2019 is when I came out on Chasing. What year is this? We 5 years going on 6 years now. I know you want this bad. Like, I know how much you want. I know how much money you spent. Cause bitch, I know how much money you spent with me. I know how much time you put into this shit. I know how much you care about it. I know how much you want it. I know how much your mama and your daddy wanted for you. It is not supposed to be this difficult. Fuck all these hoes and leave and go do your own thing. It's something right now, and me saying this to you right now, I feel like the moment that you step out on faith and do that, and this is talking from experience, because I had to do the same thing, because I was scared. You know, I'll be vulnerable right now, bitch. I was scared not to be around TS no more. I was scared not to be around Dr. Heavenly. I was scared not to be on Chasing no more. I was scared not to be, you know, I'm back on Wii TV and Netflix. Scared to death. Like, bitch, what am I going to do? On top of my dog dying, my man dying, people dying, shit funny. It was until I took that step out of faith. And girl, when I tell you I am glad, this is literally the happiest I have been in my career. No stress, the best, and this more shit coming. I challenge you to do the same thing, sister. Because I don't want to see you in these spaces no more. Fuck these people. And to the people, I don't got no problems with y'all. I'm just talking to her. Fuck these people. Fuck this shit. Fuck this shit. Fuck it. Especially hoes that you ain't know before this shit. Fuck these hoes. Because at the end of the day, you still got a dream and a passion and a goal in your heart that you wanna get out here. It shouldn't be this difficult. These crickets, girl, they got to go.
They feeling it. They vibing with it though. They are on it. They say he preaching. Listen to him. They saying he preaching. I take that. I take that in. So I'm in a place right now where I'm receiving. I've prayed. I started finally listening and trying to block out negativity and stay away from certain things and stay away from certain people. And, you know, God has blessed me. God blessed me. The opportunity I got with Tubi, that was a blessing. I signed on to do another movie that I started filming next week. that producer and one of the actors in that movie was so impressed by what I offered for that movie. They suggested me to Maya Speller, who is a production Dr. Maya Speller, who's a production company here in Atlanta that produces movies that she puts on Tubi. She reached out to me. I didn't have to audition for the role. She called me, had me send over my tapes, and she casted me. She trusted it that I could deliver. I got on set. They loved me. They want to keep working with me. I got another movie that I got to do with her later on this year. She's gonna do a part 3. I mean, I'm slowly but surely trying to find my niche, but also be confident in myself with my craft because
Yeah,
I do take this serious. I really do
you
not. This
do.
is not a game for me. Where some people feel like this is just a joke and something for them to do just to be YouTube or Instagram famous. No, like this is something I wanted. I want to be a writer. I want to be an entertainer. I want to be an actor. These are things that I want. So I'm working towards it. And as much as I think, like I always say, I thank Dario and I love the platform. I do wish that I could have grown a little bit more on the platform. But sometimes, like you said, stepping out on faith is needed because I got what I needed off the platform. People know me. People know my story. People know my hustle. People know my ambition. People know my drive. People have seen me work. I feel like I'm one of the most consistent artists that has came out of Atlanta in a long time. Because like since you met me, I have not stopped. And a lot of the girls that I came in the gate with me are not doing it anymore.
A lot of them are gone. They done fell off. They selling teeth and stuff, and doing other stuff.
Right. So it's like I take this very seriously, which is why I feel like I spaz out so much about people talking about me because I take this too seriously and I take my craft seriously. But I'm at a place where now my resume speaks for itself. I've done
Yeah.
a lot. I've been on platforms. I've been on Amazon. I've been on Tubi. I've been on Netflix. I've been seen and work. I've worked with Anne Hathaway. I met Anne Hathaway. Like I've done work. I'm working. I am working. I am one of the only Atlanta rappers that perform outside of Atlanta. Like I've done the work and I'm going to keep doing the work and I'm going to keep hustling, which is why I hope everybody can purchase my new book, The Enchanting Sisters: A Family Reunion, on Amazon Prime. Is $4.99,
Yeah.
and we're adding Arthur to the list, and hopefully this picks up because I do want to do a second part to the book and a third part. I have 2 more books that I want to write to go with the story. So I'm excited about everything that's coming in 2025. I'm gonna keep working. I'm gonna keep. I'm gonna keep busting my ass to do as many Tubi movies as people can see me
Ain't
in.
nothing wrong with Tubi because Tubi popping.
Right.
Hell,
And
put me in a Tubi movie.
right.
I
So
mean,
my
not with the right production company, but I'll do a Tubi movie.
but I'm just trying my best to just find my way in this. Because I was it's so funny we talk
Hell,
about this.
y'all may see me on Zeus.
Right. Because I was talking to Tonka about it today. It was like for a long time I wanted to compare myself to other people's success, but I
You
can't
can't do
compare.
that. You'll fuck up.
What's for me is gonna be for me, and I just have to
Mm-hmm.
pray that God got that for me. And He ain't failed me yet, because I could have been. I thought I lost. Nicole said something, and I know she in the comments, but Nicole has said something that really touched me, hurt me, and got me together all in one last year. And she didn't say it live. She actually said it to me on the phone. I'm gonna say it. We were arguing via text message, and that's why she said that's why your ass alone now on an island by yourself, because you don't push everybody away that want to be around you by focusing on nothing that can help you. And everybody that tried to help you have maxed out everything that you could do, say, or anything when it comes to anybody who actually tried to help you, and that's why you on an island by yourself.
Damn.
And that actually hurt my feelings, and I had to think about it. I did push everybody away. I didn't know what was about to happen. I didn't know who I could trust. I didn't know what the fuck to do. I was so fucking low and so down. I didn't know where to go, what to do. I had lost everything. I was at my lowest point. I lost everything, Oliver. My mama was even not talking to me no more. It got that bad. I lost everything. And when I was down in my last and didn't have nothing, I just thought about it. This is what my rock bottom is right now. What can I do with it? And now I done lost everybody. I'm cool with not being around people anymore. I'm cool about not having friends because I had to pull myself out of the mud by myself with nobody. And I made do what I could do. I started focusing on me. I started working on me. I started seeking out the help I need. I started working on my body to make myself feel better. I started creating. I started going deep into my feelings. It was a lot that I had to deal with, and I came out of it. And I'm so glad I actually did the work to come out of it.
And I'm happy to see it. I'm happy we are here to celebrate you in this moment.